We have yet to see a successful video game adaptation, and it seems like another one is about to bite the dust when we talk about The Last of Us, which I will say for me, I've invested into maybe 3 episodes, and then I was starting to see the way this thing was going, and then I just hopped off of it, and I was like, "You got it. It is what it is." But the latest news: Neil Druckmann has announced that he is stepping away from the Last of Us TV show series, and that's going to end up leaving us at season 3 without our main guy. So you've seen the whole season of season 3.
You mean season two? And that's
Excuse me,
correct.
yes, season 2. You've seen the whole season of season 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, how what would you grade season 2?
Scale from 1 to 10, a 2.
Oh, okay, a 2. Now, what would you say is the biggest issue with season 2 for you?
So I would say the biggest change, the biggest thing that was the changes that they made for versus the video game and the video game adaptation, like the direction they went to, the character development, and then you already know, death of Joel. It's a big thing, yo. Still hurts watching it in a video game and watching it live action. I don't care how much the violence was toned down, it still hurts. It sucks. And in the whole, I ain't gonna fold you. I'm gonna be honest with you 100%. The whole Me Too and the woke shit. Like, I'm just like, at this point now, enough is enough, bro. Just stop. Just stop.
All right, so with Neil Druckmann leaving this project, because for me reading this, I'm like, again, I wasn't invested from the beginning. And I told you when they first announced that they were going to make it a TV show series that I really didn't take it serious enough where I'm like, I don't think it's going to do well. And then by him leaving, they came up with some type of script where it's like, oh hell no, I don't put my name on that at all. So can you blame him?
No, I think he just, he, how do I say this? He got his tail in between his legs and he ran. I think he realized, like, yeah, this is not working out. It made some BS excuse. I got to go back and work at some other projects for Naughty Dog, and, I'm going to be busy, so I'm going to leave it in the hands of the producers on HBO Max and let them continue season 3 without me. Okay. Okay. Because this misdirector you've been filming, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, yes, I did say season 1 was good, and I really thought season 2 was going to be even better. But
Wait a minute. You
I'm
said
not going to
season
sugarcoat it.
1 was good?
Yeah, I didn't say it was great. I said it was good. It had
Shit.
potential.
Shit. No.
Like I said earlier before, like the only things I didn't like was that there wasn't enough infected and that it was speed run. Like it just fast forward through all the important stuff.
It
And then
ruined
season,
it ruined it like that was the main problem. That speed run thing.
yeah,
Like, it's just a lot of information that the audience that didn't play the game are missing out on. And that I knew that was gonna hurt the show progressing into season 2 because they wouldn't understand why certain characters do certain things.
facts, and that's due to the budget restraint. I guess Sony didn't really have that much faith that the show was gonna do as good as it did before. And I mean, I get it. You can't show everything in a video game, and at some point too, you gotta have to like wrap it up and just basically copy and paste a little bit and just tweak it a little bit, the storyline. And then the whole not having the infected thing hurt, but it had potential. And just because how do I say this? You don't want to copy and paste pretty much, because in season 1 was basically almost a copy and paste from like almost 90% of the video game. And then the second season went to a whole different direction. Like, we don't get the same groups. It just felt different. It just felt like it was its own entity. Like, it wasn't even, he wasn't even using the proper tools that we came with The Last of Us Part 2. It just felt like it was a whole different video game. Like if they wanted to make it something else, that would have been cool too. But just like, well, why don't you just listen to what the fans want, bro? Why do you got to take what we don't want and then tweak it and then still give us what we don't want? And just because you add the effect, it doesn't make it any better, Neil Druckmann. It doesn't.
I'm trying to think about a character that they switched up in season 2 that affected the show for the remainder of the season, because right now I'm only thinking about Dina, her being with Joel in episode 2, where he ended up getting killed. They drugged her or whatever, and Tommy originally was supposed to be with Joel in that particular scene, which I felt like it was important that they made it emotional. Actually, you know what? Rewind. The reason why Abby came to Jackson. That's where I want to go with it. The reason why Abby came to Jackson, you made it known at the beginning, and you had fans sympathize with her too early. And then it basically made everything that Ellie did that was fucked up and cruel like 10 times worse. Because think about it. We didn't know until when that why Abby killed Joel in the game. When did we find that out?
We found out pretty soon in the beginning of the game.
I don't think so.
I want to say like 15, 20 minutes of the game. Because when she wakes up in the cabin, they kind of explain what was the whole revenge plot. And then as we progress later, we kind of find out when she's... God, I hate saying this. When she's beating down Joel, that the main reason is because her father died. She's part of the Fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really get a clear direction or who she was related to into halfway through the game. So about like maybe...
Yeah. It wasn't really specified exactly. It was a mystery. So...
But we did get like it is a revenge story.
Yeah.
Basically.
We get that from the beginning. Like, we need to find him. And it wasn't explained in detail until later on as you progress through the game. And I feel like that was probably one of the biggest issues with season 2 was the fact that you let everybody know at the beginning of the season what it is, why she's here. And that was a big no-no because she was supposed, I thought, well, my interpretation of Abby in season 1 was she was the villain. I mean, season 2, game 2, she was the villain.
Yeah.
She's not supposed to turn out to be the good guy at the end of all this.
A funny little fun fact about her, Caitlin Dever, who plays Abby Anderson in this game, was originally supposed to play Ellie's character, but she outgrew the role as time progressed before the episodes were able to be released. So they gave her an opportunity to play Abby, and I just don't see the resemblance with the characters. And at the same time too, like the whole having what's her name,
Ellie?
Bella Ramsey play Ellie Williams. I still don't see it. And this is another thing too. Pedro Pascal was basically the reason why this show was able to be carried on his back. And then when you get rid of him and not even in the... I'm basically going to say an episode, because basically even though he is in a couple episodes later on season 2, like this really goes to show you who can really carry the show without Pedro Pascal. And it's evident as we move on and progress into this series that without Pedro Pascal, you really don't have nothing in the show, bro, because the main character that you had is gone. And I'm sorry, I'm not sugarcoating shit with nobody, bro. Y'all can think about what you want to say on the comment section below, but without Pedro Pascal playing Joel Miller, this show is not like, it's not, it can't carry itself. It just suffers.
So you knew this already, like, because when you sit down and you play part 2, did you lose a little bit of interest in it when Joel died?
Yes, a lot. So I'm not gonna. I'm not.
I knew exactly when he died. I was like, you know what? My interest in this show is not going to be the same, because I have yet to see somebody that can take over as the main character in this show. And I'm like, yeah, Bella Ramsey, that ain't it, dog. Like, every time she's on the screen, she makes me so sick. Like, I don't like her. I'm not going to say her acting, but the way she presents herself in the show. And I'm like, yeah, I can't deal with you for the next 10 episodes. That ain't happening. So I'm going to go ahead and take my exit right now.
I do full-heartedly agree with you, bro, because it's hard to see her as Ellie and her carrying the show on her back, and it's like, why is it so cringy, bro? And the whole changes, the tweaks that you do in the game to compare to the TV show, like, having Joel and Tommy was essential to that scene where Joel loses his life, and then you just switch it with Dina, which I don't understand why they even in the same room together. But okay, cool. They have like some type of like co-parenting thing. I mean, co-father and daughter thing. Like, okay, I can see that. Okay, that's cool. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then have Ellie and Dina move forward because it happens in the game. But originally, like, Tommy was supposed to leave on his own, but he ends up leaving with Jesse later after Dina and Ellie had left a few weeks prior to that. And I'm like, that's not what happened in the game. And in the same time, too, when Ellie wakes up from the hospital, it takes 6 months later after Joel's death. And then we get day 1, day 2, and day 3, which was essential in the game. And as watching as a fan and watching this show progress as like day 1, day 2, and day 3, I'm sitting there like, you're really splitting this game in half. And I really thought we were supposed to be getting like a prequel to Last of Us Part 2, not the whole Part 2, like day 1 through day 3 immediately in season 2. But then it became evident, oh, you're not just making a third season because you want to, because the game is too long. You're just gonna split it in like the game did. Ellie was the main character, and then Abby was the second character in the game.
It just doesn't transition well.
It doesn't transition well, and at the same time too is like, it's just the acting doesn't seem right, bro. It just seems like you can tell that they're forcing a lot of stuff in it. Like, you can tell they're just like, yeah, jam it down. And what really got me is when when Dina told Ellie that she was pregnant, and then Ellie's over there like, I'm gonna be a dad. I'm not gonna lie to you, I turned my TV off. I didn't even finish that episode. I said, did she just say what I thought she said?
We just gonna completely forget the fact that Jesse is the dad.
Yeah. And they still jog Jesse, and I feel totally bad for Jesse, bro. Like, I like that dude. I really did. But then
he was a good character. Well, in the game and in the TV show, I liked him in both. But he had more potential of carrying the show than Ellie, which maybe you should have went in that direction. Like, all right, let's just go ahead and just take it. If we're gonna take it away from the actual games, let's take it all the way away. Like, let's have this show be carried by multiple characters, not just Ellie. Like, we didn't even think about that.
To answer your question from earlier, do I really think we need a season 3? I mean, I think that's self-explanatory. No, because when you played Last of Us Part 2 and you got to Abby's chapters, did you even care for it?
Bro, it was a drag for me. I said, can we just get back to Ellie, please?
Yeah. Like, I didn't think you needed to go that direction. Like, it's cool you wanted to make her the antagonist, the villain, whatever the hell you want to call it. I felt like it was forced. It was forced.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this season 3 is going to be forced, and I'm not looking forward to watching it. And I hope they kind of actually change it, or they just kind of give up. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of hoping they just give up on it and just like, you know what? Because the ratings went down a lot. And you guys can look it up. The ratings tanked a lot for season 2. So, do I look forward to it? Nope. I'm sure as hell I ain't going to watch it because I'm going to repeat it again from the last pod. I hate Abby. I don't care for Abby. I don't want to care for Abby. And you're not going to make me care for Abby. I don't like her character.
Mm.